Okay, so what should we set our sample rate and bit depth to when we're creating a new session? Firstly, I would just ask the simple question, is the project for musical purposes only, or is it going to be tied to video or movies? If it's tied to video or movies, then the sample rate should be 48. 48 24-bit relates to a DVD. If the project is only tied to musical purposes, then I would choose 44 and 24-bit. Now, what are these higher sample rates here? The only reason I would use these higher sample rates is if I was recording a simple ensemble in a nice acoustic space, so like an orchestra or a string quartet or a choir. In these cases, I would be using minimal microphones, okay, so I wouldn't be collecting that much data, so I can afford to go higher sample rates here. Now, should I go 88.2 or should I go 96? If it's musical purposes, I would choose 88.2 because it's a nice clean conversion back to 44.1. If I was recording an orchestra for a movie, I would choose 96 because that's a nice conversion back to 48. Now, what should I set my bit depth to? In both cases, I would set it to 24 bits. Okay, because 24 bits has kind of become the standard for recording in the digital realm now. Even if I need to go back to 16 bits, I can convert backwards using dither to help that process. Another thing to note as well is bit depth relates to dynamic range of a file. Okay, now human perception is roughly around 21 bits, okay, of dynamic range. So 24 bits is more than enough for us to perceive a high quality file. 32-bit float here, I rarely use this. This doesn't offer any perceived difference from 24 bits. It just offers an extra 8 bits of information about the 24 bits. We'll look at that a little bit later. Now, if you're setting up a new session for a mixdown, what I would do is check the settings of the WAV files that you're going to import. So if I right click on this or 2-finger click on Mac, get info, it will tell me the sample rate and the bit depth there. So that's what I'd set my session to. I try and avoid converting these things until the very end if I need to, because any conversion in the digital realm can technically cause errors or degrade the quality slightly. So I try to not convert where possible. Now, to check this on Windows, you would right click on the WAV file and go to Properties, and then you would set up the session to match those properties there.